welcome back to another episode of The Creative Coach. I am Sarah Mickens, your business coach for creative entrepreneurs, and today we are talking about the hot topic of pricing your services as a creative entrepreneur. So the first thing we're going to talk about is why people even book you in the first place. So creative entrepreneurs are providing a service, and a service is different than a product. A service is something that one person or a team of people are doing for somebody else. It is different than a product that could be like mass produced and then marked up based on a brand. So most of us in the creative entrepreneurship world are in a service-based industry. And the way people purchase services is very different from the way they purchase products. Because I'm sure you're like me, and when we go shopping at Walmart or we hop on Amazon, we are looking around at like, okay, why is that one more expensive than this one? Does it have features that the other one doesn't have? Or is it just because it has a brand name on it? What do I do? And we're usually going to opt for the cheapest product that we feel like is going to fulfill our needs. When people are shopping in the service-based industry, there's more of this idea that you get what you pay for. I'm sure at some point in our lives, we've all purchased a service and then it wasn't what we were expecting and we were disappointed. And at the end of the day, we looked back on ourselves and thought, you know what, if I had just spent a little more on somebody who was better or someone who charged more, I probably would have been a lot happier with this service. Right? We've all had those moments, and that's how the service industry works, because we're hiring people with skills, usually trade skills, whether it's like something that's very artistic or technical. You're hiring somebody who is skilled in a trade, and some people are better at that trade than others. A small part of why people are actually going to book your service is your service itself. And this can be a mind-boggling concept because we're sitting here like we have spent so many years perfecting our service, making this thing happen. What do you mean they're not actually booking me for the service I'm providing? I'm just going to say it. They're probably not, because there's 10,000 other people who are providing the same product that you're providing, right? Let that sink in. There's thousands of other people who can do what you do. There's very few people who are going to be the best. There's a lot of pressure to become the best and to sell your value in the service that you're providing. However, a consumer has so many options to get that service from whoever they want. The goal of running a business is to stay in business. And the way that you do that is strategically setting your pricing and figuring out why people buy. So, what is the reason people buy if it's not solely for just your product? They're buying because of you, the service provider. They're going to be purchasing your services over somebody else's for a number of reasons that actually have nothing to do with your product. Maybe you came to them as a trusted referral from a friend. That is a great way to get clients. And one of the ways that you do that is when you get a client, you provide them with an amazing client experience. And that's really what this whole thing comes down to. If you as a service provider are difficult to work with, not responsive, if you're sassy or have an attitude towards your clients and you make them feel like they're not important to you, you're dishonest, or you don't hit your deadlines, or you feel disorganized, your clients are going to pick up on that, and they're going to be like, okay, this person like maybe doesn't quite know what they're doing just yet. Maybe I was dumb to give them a chance. I'm definitely not referring them to my friends. Even if the product you're providing them is spot on at the end, if you didn't get them there in a good way, they're not going to want to work with you again. They're not going to tell their friends, and you're not going to have a line waiting for you out the door. So the way that you provide your service is so much more important than the actual service you're providing, because so many people can provide the exact same product that you're offering, but the way you get them there is what's going to set you apart. So that's what I want you paying attention to as you're looking at setting your prices. So now let's talk about actually determining the number that you're going to charge. I want you to go to the link in the description and download the price setting worksheet. And what this is going to do is it's going to walk you through reverse engineering the money that you need to make in your business. So I'm going to pop it up on the screen really quick. And what you're going to do is you are going to come in here and you're going to put in your lifestyle goal. Now, your lifestyle goal can be literally anything. It can be like the reason behind why you started your business. It can be the lifestyle that you ultimately want to live and you know that your business can get you there. Or it can just be the why behind why you started your business in the first place. So for me, the reason I started my business was I didn't want to work full time, but I wanted that full-time money, right? So I wanted to make 6 figures and I wanted to work part-time. And I have achieved those goals in my business. So now I'm on to other goals. But when you are setting goals in your business, think about ultimately, where do I want to be? Like, what's my first milestone? For some of us, it can be replacing our 9-to-5 income so we can quit our job and do our business full-time. And then for others, our income goals are going to be a little bit more like, I need to support my family, or I want to make a lot more money. But why? Why do you want to do any of that? And what's going to push you through when things get really difficult? For a lot of us, it's going to be that lifestyle goal. So for me, I wanted to work part-time, make a decent amount of money. So that's what I did. And that is the goal that really pushed me through when things got hard. I was like, no, I'm not going to quit, because no other job and nothing else I can do is going to make me a lot of money and only allow me to work part-time like I want. So I'm not even going to waste my time with any other options. I know I have to make this happen for myself. That is what's going to push you through when things get hard or projects don't go well, or you feel like quitting and going back to your easy 9-to-5 job, because owning a business is hard. What is the reason you really want to be doing this? What's that lifestyle goal? What's your why? Now we're going to move down to the next spot. What amount of money do you want to take home? So this is the money that you need to pay yourself. You need this out of the business account into your bank account. What is that number? What's your first milestone? For a lot of people who are just getting started, sometimes this number is like $10,000. So like, if I could make $10,000, I would be so happy. That is perfectly fine to be your goal, because you can keep making new goals as you go on with the same worksheet. But if that's your immediate goal, write that down. If you want to replace your 9-to-5 income, and let's say you're making like the national average salary, like $50,000, write that down. Maybe you've been doing this for a while and you're ready to take it to the next level and you want to hit 6 figures, write that down. Do you want to hit multiple 6 figures, 1 million, 2 billion, 5 million, like whatever, write it down. That is the money that you want to take out of your business. Now, your business has to make more money than that for you to be able to pay yourself that kind of money. And I don't want you to get discouraged at this part, because sometimes people are like, oh my gosh, I already felt like the money I wanted was such a big goal and now I have to make more to make that happen. Don't worry, don't stress, it's going to be fine. So you know the money you need to take out of the business. So now we just need to add back in those business expenses so that you know how much money your business needs to make. We're also going to account for taxes. We are going to multiply that times 0.3. And this is going to be the taxes that you're going to have to pay on all that money. So now we just need to add back in those business expenses. I want you to take like the average number of the expenses in your business, and you're going to put that in the expense column, the business expense column. If you are brand new in business, maybe you haven't done a full year, you don't really know what your expenses are going to be, I want you to put $20,000 in there as a placeholder. That's like on average for a service-based industry with not a ton of overhead around what your expenses are going to be after you've paid for all like your services and the fees and your website and marketing and the softwares that you're going to be using and subscriptions and things like that. Just put in $20,000 as a placeholder. Your expenses might be more, they might be less. So we're going to put in $20,000 if you don't know. If you do know, put in an accurate number. That is the number you need to make in your business to be able to pay yourself what you want to pay yourself. How do you feel about that number? Is it scary? Do you feel good about it? How do you feel? Check in with yourself. Sometimes our goals scare us a little bit, and that's okay. So now you get to decide, how are you going to structure your business and your packages and your offerings to achieve that number, while also keeping in mind your lifestyle goal. All right, so for example, let's say Sally is our creative entrepreneur. Sally is a brand designer. Sally is awesome. We like Sally. She's great. So Sally is knowledgeable about her craft. She knows about how many hours it's going to take her to provide her main service. She knows her main service is brand design, full brand design. Sally can do an entire brand design in 40 hours, which is actually pretty quick. But you know what? Sally's a professional, so we're gonna let it slide. She's gonna need 2 clients a month paying $10,000 each. So she can take up to 24 clients in a year, paying $10,000 each, because that fits into her lifestyle goal. She knows how long this product is gonna take her to get out, and that is the price that she needs to charge to hit all of her income goals. So what is Sally gonna do? Sally's a very talented brand designer. She's been in the game for a little bit. She knows what she's doing. Sally also provides her clients with a really awesome client experience. So when she gets a referral and she is doing a sales call, she comes in and she's confident and she's like, hey, I'm gonna do this brand for you. You came to me from your friend because your friend had an awesome experience. I was really nice to your friend. I wasn't a jerk to her. I got everything done on time. The process was really simple. She liked working with me. You're gonna like working with me. It's $10,000 for me to do your whole brand. We're gonna get you done in 2 weeks. Let's go, right? Sally's confident. She knows that she's going to do a good job. And this other person, the client she's pitching to, came to her from a trusted referral source, or maybe they saw her reviews online. They know that she has a good process and that they're going to like working with her. And then Sally's coming in confident in her sale. And she's like, we're going to provide you with like the best client experience. Here's like a packet that's going to show you exactly what you need to do and exactly what our process is going to be like. She's educating the client on what it's going to be like to work with her. That sets you up for a really great experience. And then when they're working with Sally, she is confidently leading them through the process. That is all part of the client experience and the way that you're going to be setting your pricing and matching it with your lifestyle goals to be able to get the result that you want. Once you get to a point where you're really good at what you're doing and you've got a really awesome client experience, there is no cap on the income potential that you have. There is absolutely no cap. As long as you are providing people with an awesome experience and you're providing a product that is good for the market and it's what your clients are expecting and they're happy with it, you're gonna do great and you're gonna succeed in whatever you're doing. So let's wrap this whole thing up with a little bit of a confidence boost. When you can come to them with confidence and say, this is what I'm charging, this is why I'm charging it, this is the experience you can expect from me, these people are going to be a lot more likely to want to book with you versus somebody coming and saying like, okay, well, like, I really, like, I don't know, like, what do you want to pay? Because like, I don't know what I should be charging. Like, what's your budget? I'll just work with whatever you have. You're already starting off the relationship not confident, wobbling on your pricing, and the person hiring you is going to be like, okay, like maybe they don't really know what they're doing, or like they obviously haven't done this a lot because they don't know their prices. And it doesn't instill a lot of confidence. What I want you to have as a creative entrepreneur, and when you're setting your pricing and you're presenting your pricing to people, is I want you to be able to look them in the eye and say, this is what I'm providing. This is the quality you can expect. This is the level of service you're going to get. This is what the process is going to be like working with me. And this is how much it costs. That's the energy I want you guys coming at your sales with. I want you to say, this is the price, period. And then let your client decide yes or no. And whether they decide yes or no, that doesn't mean anything about you. It doesn't mean that your product is crap. It doesn't mean that your sale was bad. Your client is making a decision for themselves based off of a lot of factors that you may or may not know. Maybe their business is tight on cash and they really just don't have the budget. Maybe they didn't see the value in what you were offering them on your sales call. Or maybe it's something that they just don't value and you're just not the right fit for them. No matter what their objections are, you need to come in confident with answers. Try to answer as many of their questions as you can so that they're not sitting there confused or like nervous about what you're going to be offering them. And they know like, okay, I know exactly what I'm getting with this person. I know exactly how much it cost. They were really confident, which makes the client confident that you can get them the results that they want. You can provide them the service that they're wanting to get what they need in the end. And that's really what being a service provider is all about. So I want you to start thinking about ways that you can be confident with your pricing.